Hi, it's Amy Canaday here with special guest Bowie Boy, the sweet little snarf. He and his sisters are waiting for me to get done making this video so that we can all snuggle in bed and watch reruns of Grey's Anatomy, because that is what we do when Dad is practicing guitar in his man cave, which you might hear some music in the background. That's him. So, um, anyway, I wanted to touch base and give you some author updates with what's going on. And I'm going to keep this really short because, I mean, or I make it long. We all have stuff to do, right? Okay, so the first things I want to talk about, let me shift in my seat because I'm a fidgeter and shifting is what I do. I wish I could shift into like a panther or something. That would be a lot cooler. All right, well, anyway, the first thing is I have archived my spoiler friendly Facebook group and I have dissolved my review team. It's not that I don't love my review team and I love the spoiler group. It's just I wasn't really active and participating in the spoiler friendly group. And also with the review team, you guys have been so amazing. And I hope that the people who have written reviews in the past will continue to do that in the future. No obligation. I just, you guys are amazing. It's just a lot of extra work for me to keep track of spreadsheets or to train a person to keep track of spreadsheets when honestly, I would rather spend that time writing books or creating really cool swag for you because I am also a creator and a designer and a maker of things. So I want to spend more time doing that kind of stuff. So no more spreadsheets, no more review team, but you guys are fantastic and I really appreciate you. Okay. The second thing I wanted to mention is I took about a year off where I restructured my business and I thought about like what do I want to do going forward? And honestly, like I don't plan to retire. Like I want to die at the keyboard or near it or journaling or something to do with creative writing and expression. I love this job. I don't want to go to a different job. So, but I want to embrace the things that make me excited to write. And I like the darker stuff. So, I mean, I love Call the Midwife, love it. I love the wholesomeness of it. Like the close knit relationships and the deep level of caring. But then I like the really dark stuff like Barry or Better Call Saul or Squid Game. So I think that there's a way to make both of those emotions occur within the same book or story. And so, yeah, expect things to get a bit darker, not like pitch black, but yeah, they're going to be darker. I've been telling people I'm in my villain era, and I've always loved villains, so I just want to really embrace all of that. And as things get darker, they're also going to be spicier. So, um, yay. Yeah, I was kind of afraid to go too spicy for a while, but it's like if my nephew accidentally or intentionally reads it, I feel like that's his own punishment for poking his nose where he shouldn't have. So anyway, I mean, I don't think he's not little anymore. That's the thing. That's the weird thing. He just turned 15. He's going to be doing driver's ed soon. So anyway, I need to get off this tangent and get back to what I was talking about. But darker, spicier. So expect that. Okay, so I am going to be doing another season of the Faerie Files. We will see Elena and Logan again, but I'm going to bring in some other characters, and I just had so much fun writing that series. I don't know if I told everybody, but it was kind of like my pandemic escape. Like, I'm just going to do a project that let's see what the heck happens. And I've always liked the X-Files, and I'm obsessed with fairies, so it seemed like a no-brainer. And it it did really well. Like, people loved it, and I really liked writing it. So I'm gonna do some more of that. Um, so I'll try to get like book one out by the end of 2024. So fingers crossed. That is my plan. Okay. Next on my agenda, for everybody who loves the world of the Marinosians and the Blackwoods, I'm calling that world the Fay Portals Universe. I thought I was done with Annika 5 and what is going to be Novi number 3. Turns out I have a lot more to share about that world. I think about the Fay Portals universe and the people in it every single day. And I've thought about them every single day for at least 20 years. Yeah, it's been a long time. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going in that world. Although the main stories about Annika and Talvi are kind of wrapped up, and Novi's story is going to kind of get wrapped up with book 3. I'm making it more of like epic fantasy type where we've got a big cast. There's a lot of characters, and so it's not just going to be the end of Annika and Talvi, and it's not going to be the end of Novi and Fallon. It's just more of everybody and some new faces that I'm so excited for you to meet. So with that being said, I'm going to be writing in that world on a website that's called Ream. And it's a lot like Patreon, except it's made for authors by authors. But it's made for the readers too. The issues with Patreon, and I don't want to like slam them in a video, but there have been examples of authors having their accounts shut down because of the content that they were writing. And Ream is much more open to creative expression, and as long as there's nothing like squicky happening with minors and animals, it's kind of like you can do what you want. So anyway, the forum or the interface is set up better than Patreon for reading chapters and installments and episodes of books, and it's run by really great people, and I'm so excited to be on there. So I will include a link in comments or however it's done. But yeah, everything in the Fay Portals universe, starting with Novi number 3, will be written on that platform first. It's like a subscription model. So there's a few different levels that you can choose. You can just be a follower and get updates like once a month from me. There's the Chimera Club, where you'll be part of that inner community, but you'll also have access to my books 2 weeks before they get published on my regular platforms. I've got a couple other tiers. The next tier after that, it's called the Limited Fay Portals Passport. And anything with passport in it is super exciting, because that's going to allow you to have a front seat, or like literally pulling up a chair next to me while I'm writing. And it won't be in real time, but I will be posting every Saturday, chapters, episodes, however you want to call it. Because I realized that this story, you know why I can't quit it after 20 years? It's because it's like a serial. Like, it's been a serial from day one. I just didn't know that. I thought that like you could only write books in like big novel format, and that's why it took me forever to get them done, because I was like, oh, I want to include this and this and this and talk about the world building and why did this character do that, let's deep dive into their background. And yeah, it was just a little different format. So I think this will allow me to write stories faster, and they won't be quite as long. But we'll see. Either way, once each story is done or like at a good stopping point, then it'll go on sale just like all my other books. So it's not going to be exclusive to Ream, but if you're a Ream subscriber, you'll get early copies before anybody else does. And if you subscribe to like my second highest tier, then you actually get to read it as I write it in real time. And it'll be similar to like if you have been on Wattpad or Radish or Kindle Vella. You'll be able to comment like in each section. So you could really say anything you want, like yeah, any kind of comments. But that way it makes it a little bit more interactive, and it helps get my creative juices going because I really thrive when I can collaborate with other people about the stories. So, yeah, the other thing I really love about this platform, Ream, is that it is basically like having our own little community, except we're not going to have a bunch of like advertisements and videos and stuff distracting us. It's like, no, you're just going there for the stuff that you want, and you're not getting a bunch of other junk. So, yeah, anyway, those are kind of highlights for 2024 and beyond. And if you have any questions, just drop me an email. It hasn't changed in 8 years. So, author@amycanaday.com. All right. Well, that's it for now. I can't wait to see you. And I hope you consider, even if you don't want to like do a paid subscription, that's totally fine. But I would love it if you just want to come over on Ream and follow me there. So anyway, have a great night. I'm off to watch some Grey's Anatomy with my Bowie boy and my Ivy girl and my Ruby girl. Okay, now I'm really going. All right, bye.